Most women are not fully leveraging their education, expertise, and experience in a way that they know that they ought to be. And they're seeing other people, maybe not of their gender, who are actually going further and faster with not having what they bring to the table. So women are getting outmaneuvered, they're getting outplayed, they're doing the wrong things to get advanced because they've been told for so many years and the first couple of decades of their career that if they just work hard and produce good results, they're going to get advanced. And then they find out, big lie. So they're busy working hard and producing good stuff. And all the while they're doing that, they keep getting pushed down, either overtly or covertly. Oh, nice work, Sally. I'm going to take it from here. Oh, great work, Joan. You know what? Sam's going to present that for us. Oh, you know what? Thanks for putting that together for me. I'm now off to the national conference and I'm going to present that. So this is what the glass ceiling looks like in real life. And therefore, it also looks like not getting paid that 30, 50, 7,500K more of that advancement or being at that bonus tier. You know, many people may not know this, but your bonus tiers are different at the different levels in the org. So your bonus tier in the C-suite could be 100% of your comp. It could double your comp if you hit the bonus. 50%, 75%. If you're at the manager level, it's like 10%. Thank you very much. Senior manager, 50%. Thank you very much. Director, 20%. Now we're starting to talk. VP, 30 and 40%. Those are big numbers. So if you're not getting your visibility, if you're not getting seen, if you're not presenting, if you're not getting advanced along the way and invited into the rooms and presenting and that sort of thing, you're getting left behind. And again, that's what the glass ceiling looks like. The glass ceiling looks like you know other people are getting ahead and they're not as good as you. You know other people are getting ahead and you have no idea what the little secret is that's getting them ahead, except they're not your same gender. So the glass ceiling looks like, I don't know why I'm not getting advanced. I was told to work hard and produce good work. That's not working. What is it? And because I'm a woman in corporate America, am I ever going to get ahead? Is the deck stacked that far against me that this is like ridiculous? And you know what? I can't work harder. I've got a family. I've got a spouse. I can't work harder. I don't want to deplete myself for them. As a matter of fact, I already am, and there's no way I can work harder. So women think that they're going to have to work harder if they earn more. Lie. They think that if they just work hard, they're going to get advanced. Lie. And the other thing, and we coach on this all the time, if you aren't having work-life balance now at the level you're at, you can't handle that next level. Because if you can't find ways to manage that, there is no way that you can do it with a 50K higher level job. You have to learn how to do it at your current level. And quitting is not the answer because that proves to yourself and your subconscious and into your soul that you couldn't hack it. And when you have a subconscious message inside of you that says you couldn't hack it, there's no way you're going to advance yourself. So we have to be careful as women that we're not overworking and depleting ourselves and then convincing ourselves that that next step means working harder. It doesn't. It means working differently. And so many people say it's working smarter. No, it's working differently. The first symptom that women experience when they're hitting the glass ceiling, when they've hit their limits, is when the evidence starts to stack up that they're not getting ahead. What does that evidence look like? It looks like other people getting ahead who do less, perform less, and aren't as qualified. It looks like not getting the advancement or getting promised advancements and promotions and special projects, and they don't come through. The glass ceiling can also look like being put in your place and being held into a box so that you stay where you're at doing the good work and you're not allowed outside. My boss doesn't want to promote me because he loves the fact that I do all of the hard work for the team. That's what the glass ceiling looks like. It also looks like your paycheck not getting bigger. It looks like your paycheck not growing and advancing. And if you have a healthy career, your paycheck must outperform the cost of living. So if you've been in a job for the past 5 years, since the great 2020, if you have been getting cost of living increases, you're not moving forward. You're staying put. You're staying the same. So your pay needs to be advancing 10 to 20% every 2 to 3 years at a minimum. If it's not, that's the glass ceiling. So that's what the glass ceiling looks like on pay. And then my previous comments were that's what the glass ceiling looks like in performance or lack of getting advanced and promoted. When you've hit the glass ceiling, you feel defeated inside. You feel that the world is against you. So you feel like a victim. You feel like you're doing all the work and no one's recognizing it, so you feel like a martyr. And inside, you are smaller and smaller and smaller. And what begins to happen is that you get more tired and more depleted, and you have less energy for the things that you used to enjoy. I've had clients come to us who say, I haven't read a book in 20 years. I mean, that's crazy, but that's what happens. You stop doing the things that were fun because you don't have the energy for it. You stop going out with friends because all you can do is bitch and complain about your job. You actually even probably stop talking to your partner because all you really ever get around to is back to the job and how it sucks and how you can't get ahead. And you know what? Your partner's pretty much over it because they can't help you. They're not a career coach. They're not going to know what to say, and they just want you to feel better. So they're like, well, just quit your job, honey. You can get another job. Well, you can't just bounce into another job if you're feeling defeated, depleted, diminished. You cannot just jump into a new job. You will take a lesser job. You will settle for less. You will settle for less money. And when you work in a smaller job, a job too small for you, it's going to make everything worse. So it feels like you've got anxiety. It feels like you can't sleep well. It feels like you have no energy for things. And you know what? You may need to go on antidepressants. You may need to see your doctor for high blood pressure. You may need to see your doctor so that you can get on some type of sleep medicine, because all of those things that are going on in your body because you've been in chronic stress are real problems. So some of our clients have come to us because they've been hospitalized for a mental health crisis. They've been hospitalized for having chest pain, panic attacks. They've been hospitalized for real health conditions that are the result of years and years of punishing chronic stress. One of our clients recently went to the dentist because she thought she had cracked a tooth in her jaw. And her dentist said, no, you haven't cracked a tooth. You're just grinding your teeth and your jaw is so tight. You need to get help. And actually, she did get the help, and all is well. So it is going to keep telling you you've got a problem, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, or physically. Your symptoms will get worse until you do the inner work to help yourself get better and recover those inner messages that have been coming at you for 10, 20 years. What you absolutely should not do is, first of all, to ignore it. Second of all, to think a book can solve this problem. Second of all, therapy's good, and therapy might feel cleansing and psychologically whatever, but they're not going to move you forward. There's no therapist who has been understanding how to get someone a better outcome. What you shouldn't do is give up on yourself. You shouldn't just find a small little solution. I read books for 20 years thinking it was going to help advance me, and you know what? It didn't. It wasn't until I hired my first coach. I did all of the things I thought were within my control to do that were simple, that were safe, that were less costly. I did all of the small, little, safe, efficient things to try to break free from this, and all of my clients have done the same, and it does not work. And the other thing that does not work is quitting to think you can solve it. Next thing, starting your own business. Oh, this career isn't working out. I think I'll start my own business. One of my clients came to us after she had tried her own business, and she said, oh, I thought I could leave my 9-to-5 corporate grind for my own business. I said, if you leave the 9-to-5 to do your own thing, you're signing up for the 24/7. So you just went from it being manageable and doable if only you knew how, to an impossible task, because when you're depleted, diminished, and deflated, there's no way in the world you can be successful in doing your own thing. No way in the world. You don't have it in you. So please do not make those mistakes, like so many women who we've worked with have done. So when you're feeling that you have hit the glass ceiling, that you are in a chronic stress mode, that you don't have any energy to do anything more, and you've tried reading all the books, going to the seminars, going to conferences, talking to your uncle who's successful, nothing's working. You need to hire an expert, or in our case, a team of experts. You need to hire someone who has been where you have not been. This is the number one success strategy, no matter if you want to be successful in baseball, football, running, exercise, cooking, baking. You don't go to a baking school that has never baked cakes to learn how to bake a cake. You go to experts who have a proven track record, who have done it. And I'm not just talking about a coach. You got to find coaches, right here would be one of them, who have been in the advanced positions and have had success at the highest levels, who can show you how step by step to fix what's going wrong and to change it so that you are getting the outcome that you desire. And if you're a woman with education, expertise, and experience, and you are not fully leveraging that and you know it, and you're feeling crapola and you know it, you've hit the glass ceiling and you need help. So you need an expert or a team of experts who can take you step by step through fixing it and advancing your career. So what most women who have career difficulties don't realize is that the resume and the LinkedIn and the interview prep will go nowhere if you haven't done the inner work. So if you're depleted, diminished, defeated, and you don't fix that, there is no resume that you can proudly put out there and say, yep, this is me. So many of our clients have to do the inner work at VP C-suite level to really fill into that, so that when the resume comes out from our certified coach, you're like, yep, that's me. I've done all of that and I'm ready for more. So the inner work is crucial to match up and be in alignment with the external story, what the resume is saying that you've done and what you've accomplished and what you're able to bring to the table, what your LinkedIn profile says about you and how it's attracting recruiters. And when we help coach you on interview prep, answering the questions, being in alignment, being in your truth, not blabbering on forever trying to convince people, but saying the right things in the right way to land that interview and to advance to the next round and to land that job. Most women do not understand how these pieces must fit together like an intricate puzzle. And if they are not together, if you are not internally fixing that depleted, diminished, and defeated woman, that resume is going to fall flat. That LinkedIn profile is not going to look as punched up. And your interviews are going to feel flat, and the people interviewing you will not understand what they're responding to because you look good on paper, but the interview isn't feeling strong and powerful for them because you're not strong and powerful in here. If that is not fixed, and I know this from helping over 2,000 women over the last 10 years in being a C-suite executive, if you do not line up with your power at whatever level you're at, whether you're making 80,000 or 800,000, if you do not line up with the version of you that's totally awesome, you will not be able to advance. And even though people hear the words coming out of your mouth, they will feel a lack of congruency with your power. This is why women do not succeed at the same rate as their male colleagues, because for you as a woman, you have to be congruent with your power inside. It's an essential aspect of being in our gender. That's the truth. I know it from my personal experience climbing up the corporate ladder, and I know it from helping over 2,000 women in every sector of corporate America and the workplace that you could imagine, from attorneys to zoologists, that women must line up with their power to advance and to be the woman that they want. Otherwise, you're going to overwork. You're going to feel like you have to be a perfectionist. You're going to be people-pleasing, and all of that takes you down the wrong path. Get the inner work done. The strategies are really important. And then you got to apply for the right level jobs. You got to go after the next. And you got to hold your power for that and your money ask. And you need to know how to negotiate that. All of these pieces are essential. And this is all of the pieces that we put together for our clients. The inner work is phase one. The strategy of the resume, the LinkedIn, the interview prep is phase two. And the implementation and the landing of the job and the right salary is phase three. We do all of that in our 12-week proven formula over and over again. Every woman, we personalize it for her, but you've got to follow that strategy. It works and it'll work for you. If you've hit the glass ceiling and you feel crappy inside, you're depleted, you're defeated, you're diminished, we know exactly how to help you advance and to change your life forever. Now, I'm going to tell you an interesting story. There's a client who we've been working with in our executive tier for about 5 or 6 years now. She was in our program 5 or 6 years ago, and she found a wonderful dream job through following our same proven formula. Just last night, she told me how proud she is of her son, who's in the Navy, who did a rescue off an island in Greece in his Navy station. And she said, Mo, without your coaching, I would have prevented him to going to the Navy because I wanted him to follow the path I wanted for him. And with your coaching, I was able to help, support, and see what he wanted to do. Because I've gotten great coaching, I've been able to be a great coach for my son. And that to me is the most exciting aspect of coming into your truth. You can raise your kids better. You can be a partner better. You can be a better daughter for your aging parents. You can be a better friend because your agenda is no longer on your pain. You are healed and you are whole and you are making great money and you have a great life. Think what life can be like for you when you're that version of you. We got you covered on it.